I'm trying not to laugh, but Don Fartleone is giving Rudy Giuliani a good run for his. Here's the thing: these clowns at Fox News, if this was Biden, they would be going on non-stop making jokes, etc. But because it's Trump, they're trying to pretend that his shit don't stink. Well, it does. Ask Dianne Feinstein, or the late Dianne Feinstein.
So today we're here in a bipartisan fashion to show leadership in an effort to end this senseless.
Crazy thing is, we haven't actually even started into the hearing. The late night shows were enjoying themselves with Trump snoring only. The farting is just going to, roll it out.
What? Oh my God, I was having the most terrible dream that I had to read something.
Trump appears to be sleeping. His head keeps dropping down and his mouth goes slack. Followed by, Trump has apparently jolted back awake, noticing the notes his lawyer passed him several minutes ago. If Biden is Sleepy Joe, I guess that makes you Dozo the Clown, huh?
Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, has been known to exhibit unusual behavior in courtrooms. Some people claim that he farts audibly and falls asleep during proceedings. While it may sound humorous, such actions can have serious implications, especially in a formal setting like a courtroom. Trump's flatulence and falling asleep can be disruptive and disrespectful to the legal process. Farting can be disruptive to those present, including judges, lawyers, jurors, and spectators. It can create an unprofessional and uncomfortable environment that detracts from the seriousness of the proceedings. On the other hand, falling asleep can be seen as a sign of disrespect and disinterest in the legal process, potentially jeopardizing his case. To address these issues, it is crucial for Trump to acknowledge the importance of court decorum and behave appropriately. This involves maintaining proper etiquette, showing respect for the court, and adhering to the rules and expectations of the legal system. Trump should strive to be attentive, engaged, and considerate of others in the courtroom. Additionally, Trump may benefit from seeking guidance or support from legal professionals or advisors who can help him navigate the courtroom environment and understand the significance of his actions. By taking steps to improve his behavior and demonstrate respect for the legal process, Trump can present himself in a more favorable light and avoid causing unnecessary disruptions in court. In conclusion, while the idea of Trump farting and falling asleep in court may seem amusing, it is important to recognize the potential consequences of such behavior. By prioritizing professionalism, respect, and attentiveness in the courtroom, Trump can present himself more positively and avoid undermining his legal proceedings.
Now, you may think, this is just something Trump did today because he was in court, bored, the fact that he's in serious trouble. No, Omarosa, who used to actually be around Trump quite a lot, this guy's got a history of falling asleep and just going...
How he behaves when he's in a position to judge people and how he may respond when he's in a position to hear judgment. So from your perspective, just overall, how do you think he's going to handle having to sit in trial every single day and listen to people talk about him?
Well, first of all, Jason, great to see you. I will tell you that I've had to sit through long ceremonies with Donald Trump. I've had to sit next to him during long church services or different policy events. And Donald Trump cannot focus, nor can he sit still for very long. In fact, we used to build our events specifically to address his attention deficit. We would break up the event so that he could be stimulated and not fall asleep. We would slide him different information or news articles that he could read while these long proceedings were going on, anything to keep him focused so that he wouldn't just get up and walk out. I think it's going to be very difficult for Donald to sit through 8 weeks of these proceedings. Sometimes they're not exciting. Sometimes they're procedural and very boring. And as you've heard, he sometimes falls asleep during these sessions.
And Omarosa, also, I wonder about this. If he starts to hear testimony that he doesn't like or that he's frustrated by or he doesn't believe in, is there a chance that he's going to blow up or he's going to blurt out? And how would his lawyers try to handle that?
I would absolutely say is highly likely. During the campaign, one of the things we used to say is let Trump be Trump. Well, the worst place that you can allow Trump to be Trump is in a courtroom. because Donald Trump will express himself. If he hears something he doesn't like, he cannot hide it, nor can he control his expressions, his emotions, his outbursts. And so I suspect that he may be held in contempt because he's not going to be able to control himself.
So one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand about you, and I would like them to understand sort of after this segment, is you have a life now that people caught up in reality TV may not see. You're in law school. You were the first lady of a church. I mean, you have a different life than what a lot of people think. So I want to ask you this as a current first lady of a church in Jacksonville who also used to work in this White House. Donald Trump is not a man who usually seeks redemption because he doesn't think he's wrong. But in a case like this, it's important to be able to present yourself, even just as the jury is watching you, as somebody who is penitent. Do you see that in him? I mean, as somebody who worked for him, as somebody who's in the church today, do you think that's something he can pull off?
Well, thank you for mentioning the church. Today is my husband's birthday, Pastor Newman. So happy birthday. But yes, I have sat through church services with Donald Trump. I've talked about religion with Donald Trump. Remember 2 Corinthians? He knows nothing about the Bible, but he certainly doesn't know anything about contrition. And you're absolutely right, Jason. Donald Trump has convinced himself by saying it over and over again that he's done nothing wrong in this particular case. And the evidence will speak to whether or not that's true.
So the other part about this is these trials aren't just what's going to happen to Donald Trump, but politically, as a political scientist, those who are watching the show wonder what the impact of these trials will be on individuals who formerly supported Trump. And that is an area where you have a unique area of expertise. You were somebody who used to work in the Trump White House. You left, you wrote a book, you talked about how it was absolute chaos and a mess. So as somebody who used to be a part of Team Trump, and somebody who worked on African-American outreach in particular, do you think that any of these trials, this trial in New York, which is probably the most salacious, if they result in a conviction, do you think that has an impact on people in Trump world? In particular, do you think African-Americans who supported Trump may be less likely to support him now if this trial results in him being found guilty?
Well, let me just take it a little further. Prior to working in the Trump White House, you know, I worked in the Clinton White House. Right. I'm now an independent. So the independents are the most important voter bloc in this election. So the question really is whether the independents will be swayed. And I have to tell you that they will, in fact, be swayed if Donald Trump is found guilty of these charges. Those are the most important folks right now that Donald Trump should be concerned about. And let's just hope for his sake that he can find a way to overcome that messaging when, in fact, he is, or if, in fact, he is found guilty.
That garbage can orbit of Donald Trump. No doubt that he's nervous.
What'd you do? On Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, Donald Trump entered a Manhattan courtroom and pled not guilty to 34 crimes.
Squash it. I'm 22. I'm 22.
Fucking movie star.
Tick, tick, tick.